Now presenting Minutes with Michael, with your host, Michael. Hello and welcome back to Minutes with Michael. Today I wanted to keep things light because I just uploaded a really long, almost 20-minute video covering part 3 out of 4. As you remember, we were backing up and doing part 3 because we did 1, 2, and 4, but I couldn't do part 3 because of a power outage. So that was long, and so I wanted to keep it light today and actually just kind of help you all out at home during the pandemic, you know, being quarantined and all. I thought I'd introduce another premiere along the lines of Get Fit with Mike Britt, except this one is Getting It Fixed with Mike Britt. Getting It Fixed with Mike Britt. So I hope that you appreciate it. I hope that you learn something. And same disclaimer as the other one. In no case should you ever attempt to do anything that's done in these videos. Now, for those who are not adept at cooking like I am, I want to give you a few tips as far as how to cook, just basics. One, you see I'm cooking some chicken here. It's doing real well. You want to, when you're in a cast iron skillet, you actually want to turn that really high. Just let it get super hot. You'll know it's hot enough when everything starts smoking. Your room should be filled with the thick black smoke. That's one of the fundamentals of cooking with a cast iron skillet. When it's done, wash it thoroughly with lots of soap. Lots of soap. You want all the seasoning and oils off of that thing. It should be just dry as a bone when you're done. So it's kind of cooking 101. Cook with the cast iron skillet, let it get real hot, thick black smoke. I'm talking plumes of smoke. You should be coughing a lot. And then lots of soap on a cast iron skillet after you're done. I also wanted to take the time to show you how I like my chicken cooked. Not everybody likes it the same way. I've got some here that I cooked that's really nice and well done for the family. They like it, you know, white and cooked all the way on the inside. Me, not so much. These are almost about done for me. You'll notice that I turned down from black plumes of smoke, which is the normal setting, to a really moderate setting, a medium to 6. And that keeps the chicken nice and rare, nice cool pink on the inside. And then for the really cool tip that a lot of people don't consider is for this here tray, afterwards you can use it for like a children's a playset toy, like a doll set or something like that, or some action figures. Maybe it can be a raft. Don't worry about cleaning it. That stuff just dries up on its own. Someone might say, well, aren't you worried about salmonella? I'd say salmonella, there's a coronavirus out there we need to be worried about, not salmonella. Well, it's time to wash the dishes. And who likes that? Not this guy. But here's the tip to make sure you get them done very quickly and efficiently. When you're washing the dishes, the best thing to do is to let them soak for long periods of time. Days even. Usually someone else will have done them by the time you're ready to get started. Or, if you're like me and you're very industrious, the best thing to do is just to let them soak for a few minutes. Especially knives. Grab all the knives you have in your home and put them deep into the sink where you can't see them. And then reach in with your hand blindly into an occluded mess of soapy water and hope you don't cut yourself. But if you cut yourself, it's okay. It just cleans the inside of your hand. Pretty cool, huh? Who knew? Now, I made some absolutely delicious chicken cordon bleu. I took some wraps, some of the big ones, shredded some chicken, shredded some ham, threw some cheese in there, and put it in the oven after cooking everything. And now I'm going to show you the proper way to cut. Now, in culinary school, they'll teach you to cut with your knuckles, like so, and make them cut. I recommend really using your knuckles as a guide. So when you begin cutting, start by cutting directly over your hand, pull it out, and then slice down as soon as humanly possible. This will make sure you have the best vantage point to cut and make sure you get some great lengthwise cuts in between. Don't forget, deep sink. Cover it with bubbles before you really reach right in. So I'm sure a number of you are really concerned about your plumbing during this time. You're stuck inside. No plumbers are going to come to your house. So what do? Well, you become a DIY guy. So I'm going to show you some things to do around the house as far as plumbing goes. One of the first things is toilets. Nobody likes to talk about them, but we all use them. So what do we do about some of these under the toilet rim clogs and stains and issues? You know, anybody can get a brush and take care of the stuff inside, no problem. But if you really want to get a deep clean, let's see, that one's mine. Which one is Amber's? Okay, if you want to get a deep clean, you just grab it, go underneath, and just scrub. Sometimes I can just sit here with Amber's toothbrush and do this for hours. When you're done, just bang it here on the and you're all set. So another thing to do around the house is to take care of your own shower head. Shower head maintenance is very important because you want to maintain good water pressure and make sure that you don't get clogged pores in that shower head there, to make sure that you have equal water distribution. So let's take a quick look. Some folks recommend soaking it in an approved shower head cleaning solution. I say, why spend money on that? They're just trying to get you to spend money on their products. So what I do is I just take any old bar of soap. This is actually a conglomerate bar of soap. We've taken several bars of soap and combined them together to make this one. It's it's slippery. That's what soap is. And so, yeah, what you do is you actually want to scrape it across the shower head as much as humanly possible, but that might just clean it. What you really want to do is deep clean it. So you're going to want to strike your shower head as many times as possible for about 15 minutes straight. Then when you're confident that all of these little pores are sufficiently clogged, go ahead and turn on the water. If no water comes out, you've got a clean shower head. Also, there is an added benefit to this. If you clean it well enough and often enough, the next time you take a shower, you won't even need to use soap. It's already coming out of the shower head. Some of you may be wondering how to take care of your washer during this time. Washers get dirty and clogged too. So what do? Well, good thing is you probably have a whole bunch of extra toilet paper on hand from buying it in a sheer panic when the coronavirus was first announced. So take some of that extra toilet paper, go ahead and just chunk that into the laundry with any of your existing laundry projects. Power it on, and then just start with a heavy-duty wash. You want it on a high-spin, hot water solid level, and go ahead and get that started for a while, and that'll get things going. And before you know it, your washer will be as clean as you could possibly be. Now, some of you say, I've got plumbing taken care of, I've got cooking taken care of, but one thing I've never been really good at is electricity and electrical wiring. Well, I've got news for you. I'm very good at that sort of thing. I actually want to take a minute and show you a really bad example of how wiring is done so that you never do this in your own home. So right here, I've got an existing wiring project taking place, and you can see that the ground goes back up into the upper part there. You can read it in a book; they'll tell you what that's called. And then you have these little doowitzits. They call them wire caps. And really, you don't need to use those. What you want to do is make sure that your ground is directly connected to your positive wire, and then your negative wire, or neutral, you can connect that back to the ground and then directly into the light bulb assembly itself. This is called backfeeding, and it actually saves you money, and the electric company will pay you money for the power that you save when turning on your lights. So you heard it from here first. Go ahead and try that in your home, and let me know how that goes for you. Many of you have expressed some concern about how to save money during this time. You're home more, you're using more hot water than ever before. So I'm going to show you how you maximize it. See right here, it says 125 degrees. Now, I don't have to worry about money because I'm a pastor. I only work a couple days a week and I make at least $75,000 a month. Now, you, on the other hand, might really want to be saving money. So what you're going to want to do, you want to crank this baby up to about 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Your hot water heater may not come with the default setting that way, but I found that if you cross the wires enough on the inside, it does it all by itself. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that it gets really, really hot. Another thing you can do is just shut down some of these valves here, and then as it gets hotter and hotter, it'll start to do an automatic shut off. You can bypass that too by messing with the wires once again. Then it'll actually your tank will start to swell. Right when it starts to swell, flip this toggle this way. It'll send a stream of hot water through your house. And trust me, it'll be really warm for a long time to come. Another solution homeowners don't often think of when it comes to maximizing their saving is air conditioning. People say, oh man, I really need an air conditioner. No, you don't. But I really need a heat pump. No, you don't. But I really need a bucket with ice with a fan over it. No, you don't. All you have to do is during the hottest parts of the summer, just throw open your refrigerator doors as wide as they can go and leave them that way. It's a great way to cool down your house while maximizing saving. You don't have to buy an air conditioner. And best of all, you don't have to pay the electricity bill for an air conditioner. Genius. So I hope that you've learned a lot. I hope it was a blessing to you, and I hope that it helps you make it through this pandemic. Drop a line in the comment section of anything you'd like me to teach you about next. I've heard some suggestions after we did Get Fit with Mike Britt. Get It Fixed with Mike Britt is just a shorter entry into that, but hopefully you have some ideas of other areas of expertise that I can help you with. So like I say, if you think of any, let me know. I never thought I'd ever be asking this, but if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe, because there's a lot of people who don't know that I'm doing this, and you say, well, you just want people to see you. Yeah, that's why I make these. You know what I mean? I want to make people laugh. Obviously, they're not monetized. I get nothing out of this. But if I can help someone chuckle, and also I'm starved for attention. It's the thing. Anyways, all right. So I don't have a book recommendation today. I had one. It's upstairs. I'll spare you. I want to keep this one nice and short. I didn't have one on the makeup for the coronavirus part 3, but we'll get back to that starting tomorrow when we just do. And I know I've been saying this for like the entire series, but I am going to work on keeping them short, around 5 minutes. And we'll see how we do with that objective. Hey, maybe by the end of this, I'll actually have it nailed down to about 5 minutes. All right, we're about halfway through this thing. So hang in there. We're going to make it through the month of April. And apparently Janet Mills said that we're extending our quarantine through May 15th. I don't know how long people are going to put up with this. So we're going to play it by ear and see what happens. All right, have a wonderful evening. This has been Minutes with Michael, with your host, Michael.